F2 Pro, the successor, one of the successors to the super hyped Poco phone from 2018. So this phone, like the first one, will not be on sale in the US, but in markets like India and the Philippines, this phone is fire for about $500 when you translate it. So it's not quite the same thing as the original, which was like the maximum value for $300, but hey, I'm okay with that. And they also have the regular Poco Phone F2 if you want that. But this phone is really interesting. From the inside out, this phone checks a lot of the boxes you'd expect to find in a high-end phone. And I guess basically they're adding the word Pro here that just kind of means better. So from the overall build quality to all the specs and all the numbers on paper and all the included features, it's looking pretty complete. Not only is it a pretty big phone, but you pick it up and you immediately notice it's built well, it's solid to the point where it's actually a little heavier than I expected, and it's made of metal and glass, so it doesn't creak or flex at all. And then you get plenty of extras. The little accent color for the power button is sweet. And when's the last time you saw a phone with both a headphone jack and an IR blaster? That is a rare combo for 2020. The top of the phone also has that pop-up camera with an LED notification light, and you get this sweet emerald color, which, you know, I know pretty much every high-end phone now is a glass sandwich, so it's kind of getting predictable, but at least it still feels good in the hand. And then, of course, the piece de resistance, is that how you say it? Is this huge full-screen, corner-to-corner, uninterrupted display. In case you haven't noticed, there are a lot of hole punch cameras out there now, and so this doesn't have a hole punch, doesn't have a notch, and it's doing my favorite method of getting rid of the hole punch camera and the selfie camera. It's the little pop-up. So now you have a full screen, corner-to-corner display, 6.67 inches of 1080p AMOLED, and it's a flat display too. No fancy curved glass, which I am totally fine with. It's HDR10 Plus certified, and it gets up to a comfortable, but not incredible, 500 nits. I'm just happy we have displays like this on a phone of this price though. It is 60 Hertz, and I think if I was spending any more, I would definitely be looking for high refresh rate. But aside from that, it's clear that the standout feature of this already great hardware package is the screen. The fingerprint reader underneath is pretty good too. At this point, it's also kind of cool that this is pretty much standard. You know, this used to be a high-end only feature, but now it's started to trickle down, and it seems like the optical fingerprint reader under the glass is cheap enough that almost any phone can include it. And then the pop-up camera here has just a little extra flair to it. It's got the LEDs on the module itself, and actually if you go into the special features section in the settings, you can configure the front camera effects and really customize the sound effects and the light color for every time you open that front-facing camera. Oh. It also gives you a warning if you're doing it too many times. Anyway, on top of all that, it comes with this clear case, which I'm learning people really like, especially for getting rid of that little camera bump on the back. But if you're not into that, which I'm usually not, then you can always grab a skin from our channel sponsor, dbrand, to mix it up with the color or the back texture finish. You know, this matte black skin has never done me wrong, so I'll link it below. But honestly, I think holding this phone, you know, I know it's $500, but if I didn't know it was $500, the only thing that would tip me off that this isn't a $900 phone is there's a little bit of rainbow banding on the display from off-axis, and then also these rounded corners. I just noticed the lower end phones, for whatever reason, just usually have more of swooping, bigger corner radius, while the higher end phones can tighten that up, make it sharper, more boxy. Other trade-offs you can't tell just from holding it. There is no wireless charging, despite the glass back. And there's also no official IP water and dust resistance rating. Those things cost money. Oh, and the vibration motor, as it buzzes in my hand, I'm reminded about it. Now, you can't necessarily tell that it is a cheap phone because of a bad vibration motor, because there are expensive phones with bad vibration motors.